So we're talking Devy fantasy football today. Today's topic, as you've seen from the thumbnail, is Isaiah Spiller. Let's do it! Yeah! What's going on, guys? This is Bruce Matson, your host of the show, Metric Scout Fantasy Football. And we got a big one today. We're talking about Isaiah Spiller, one of the hot running backs in Devy right now. One of the top guys. Kind of came out with a bang this year. Showed some stuff during his freshman season as well. But I'm here to dig in. Let's look at some of the stats here. So freshman year, as a true freshman, 2019, this guy rushed for 946 yards and hit double-digit touchdowns with 10. Looked good, had a good season, and then compiled on top of that, had a 1,000-yard season this year with 9 touchdowns. Had some usage in the passing game as well. Caught 20 balls this year, 29 balls the year prior. This year, he owned a 27.98% market share of the offensive production. Also supplied a 24.97% dominator rating. Advanced metric side, he broke 48 tackles. He's a pounder. We're talking about a guy 6'1", 227 pounds, 48 broken tackles. You know how that happened. Just smashing guys. He had 15 carries of 15 yards or more. So we're looking at a big guy who can get those long runs. 639 yards after contact. So dude's breaking tackles. He's getting yards after that first contact and supplying them yards. Let's dig into some film analysis. As you know, YouTube has been stifling me on the B-roll and the film. So you just got to take what I say. If not, I get a copyright claim. Too many of those, I'm screwed. Looks great on film. Big guy. Runs guys over. Runs through faces. Where's number 28? Taller running back. I'm not saying he compares to Adrian Peterson. I'm saying that number 28 number on his big body, rummaging down the field, they kind of look alike. And this guy moves very well for his size. You're talking about a 225-pound back, listed at 6'1". Might be a shade shorter, might be right at that height. We don't know until it's combine time. But as we know right now, this is a big boy, and he moves. He's got a lot of burst. He's got a lot of wiggle. He moves laterally very well. Vision is good. Everything's good. There's not much to complain about him. Obviously, he's not a burner. You're not going to have many burners at that weight. This guy's good. He is fighting to be one of the top running backs in college football, one of the top running backs in Devy. He will be fantasy relevant when he hits the NFL. Size, speed, burst, pass catching prowess. I mean, it's not extensive. He's getting 20 to 30 catches a year so far, but a big junior season will cement his player profile, will cement him to being a top pick. He has a top pick already written all over him from a running back perspective. I'll say running back perspective because a top running back can be an early second round guy, late first rounder if they're lucky. He has that written on him. He has it right on his chest. He could be the RB1 in next year's class or the RB2. It's between him and Breece Hall. Take your preference. If you like a little bit more size, if you like a little bit more wiggle, then you would want some Isaiah Spiller. The one thing I like about this guy, though, he is balling out against SEC competition. And this year showed it a lot. 117 yards against Vanderbilt, 174 against Florida, 114 against Mississippi State, 131 South Carolina, LSU put up 134 on them and 120 on Auburn. So it's not like he's blown up against junk defenses. He's been able to produce against tough competition. SEC pretty much is the minor league for the NFL. Usually in the SEC, you're going against tough defenses, tough fronts. They're getting more penetration. The holes are smaller. There's just a lot more to work with here. And Isaiah Spiller has been able to produce. And he's shown that. If he gives you another year of that, then it is wheels up for him. If he gives you another year of over 1,000 yards, 30 catches, double-digit touchdowns, you're talking about a guy who's going to be one of the top running backs off the board. He's going to fight Breece Hall to be the RB1. Easy guy to want in Dynasty. He's going to be a top 3 pick in Dynasty rookie drafts. You plug him into this year's draft, you put him against Najee Harris, you're going to have a great dichotomy to work through because he's not much smaller than Najee Harris. He's got more burst. Both of them catch the ball in the backfield very well. It's really pick and choose your poison at that point. There's good out of both of them. I wouldn't go against going Spiller for the RB1 in this draft if he came out this year. Obviously he can't, sophomore, but that's something to think about. He's a good running back prospect with the intangibles to be very successful in fantasy. He can be a 3-down workhorse for any team he plays for, catch the ball in the backfield, be the goal line guy. Early pick in rookie drafts, as long as he stays on this trajectory, which I don't see why it would fall off, but we've seen this before with players. So as long as he continues doing what he's doing, he's going to be a top pick in rookie drafts. I would not be selling my first-round picks at all, because if you land in the top 3, you could be getting Isaiah Spiller. Isaiah Spiller would or could turn around a Dynasty fantasy football team pretty easily because he has that potential. He could be an RB1 for an NFL team. He could be taking 20 to 30 carries or 20, 30 touches and be lights out. He has the potential to be an RB1 in fantasy when he hits the NFL level. There's a lot of good things in his profile. He's still not perfect, but he does a lot of good things. I would say if he had to work on some stuff, it would be more of his approach to the line of scrimmage, cleaning that up a little bit more on his vision. But all in all, he's a good player, good prospect. It's hard to rank these Devy running backs at the top end because there are a lot of good ones, which makes us very fortunate in Dynasty redraft Devy, because we know we're going to get more talented running back position that's going to be coming into the league, which is going to help us fill them rosters. I want to thank you for watching the show. I'm going to keep this content chugging along, so you're going to want to hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, tell your homies. Love you guys. Peace out.